we need to tell a story that we originally vowed we'd never tell on the podcast. It was banned from being discussed by our very dear friend of the show, Radio Mike.
Yes.
Now, often people get excited when they get wind of a Radio Mike story appearing on the show because they're always great.
Yeah.
And sometimes he strictly bans us from talking about things.
Yes. So this is something that Mike called me about, and we actually did record on the show. And then I got a frantic call after telling him we talked about it on the show to saying, please do not release this.
Okay.
And then about a month later, he changed his mind, as he often does, and goes, hey, man, I've decided you can talk about this now.
Great. Well,
thanks, Mike.
Thanks for letting us know a month after the moment's passed that that was all good.
So if you cast your minds back a few months, boys.
And by the way, I don't think this one is that bad. I was shocked that he didn't want us to tell this one, but he happily told a story of him enjoying a bidet up the bum on the podcast at a Japanese bathhouse.
Yeah. Mike's standards for what is and what isn't acceptable to go out publicly is so off.
It's very inconsistent.
Yeah. Now, a few months back, I got a call from Radio Mike, and he rings me just in a panic, like really frantic. And he goes, hey, man, this girl that I'm dating at the moment, she is like roommates with your artist, Matteo. He does a lot of my posters, Matteo Mazzella, all of my tour posters. Call. Yes, we both got this
call. Did he call both of us?
Oh, yeah, he called both of us. Yeah. And he calls me because what I did after, I completely betrayed his trust because it was funny. He calls me and he goes, I was at my girlfriend's house and she wasn't there at the time, and I did a really big poo in the toilet, and then...
Which is ambitious early in a relationship to do poos at your partner's house.
Yes.
I forget how long I waited, but I waited the appropriate amount of time before I started.
I think it's like months.
Yeah.
At their house, it's a few months. It just doesn't happen. I think that is something that definitely happens.
It's common courtesy.
Radio Mike was just like, I'm going to be me. I'm going to let it all out. I'm going to live naturally. I'm not waiting a month. I might wait 2 minutes. Goes to her house. She's not even there. Poos in her toilet. Yeah. And then Matteo, who's the guy that works with me often, goes in the bathroom straight away after. And Mike calls me paranoid that Matteo would comment on the stench of Mike's poo to his girlfriend.
See, this is a different story to what I was told.
Okay.
See, he called me like just after it happened. And so he said to me that he laid a poo when she was there. Right? Okay. Pretended it was a pee, so tried to do a quick one.
Yeah.
He goes, it stunk.
Yeah.
He did comment also that the stench. The stench was consistent in both versions.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she was there.
Yeah. And then he panicked because he does live with your artist, which is such a coincidence.
Yes.
That this girl he's dating now?
Yes.
Yes. Or was.
I think they're official.
Yeah. They just happened to be housemates. It just happened to be a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And he knew that, and he panicked, knocked on Matteo's door and went, hey, man, I need to come in and tell you something.
That's right.
And
I forgot this part.
Yeah.
This
part's the weirdest part.
I was trying to remember what was so fucking weird about this, and this is the weirdest thing he's ever done.
Mike's done a shit.
I don't think he's ever met Matteo. He might have met Matteo once.
Maybe at like one of your shows or something.
Briefly.
Knocks on the door. Matteo answers the door confused. Yeah. And Mike goes, hey, can I come in? Like, to your room.
Yeah.
I need to tell you something. So Matteo's like, okay. Mike closes the door behind them. So now it's just Matteo and Mike, who don't know each other, in a room. And Matteo goes, what's up? Like, Matteo's obviously concerned.
Because Mike will get so far in his head that he'll create, I used to do a joke about it, he'll create an alternate reality in his head and then start panicking about this world that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then assume everyone else lives in this fictional world where the sky's falling and will just react in a panic.
He did. His brain is like half the plot to Chicken Little.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's running around screaming. So he's come in the room. He's going, hey, I need to talk to you. Matteo's like freaking out, going, what's up? And Mike goes, I've done a really big poo. And Matteo goes, okay. And he goes, and Matteo understandably goes, in the toilet? And Mike goes, yeah. He goes, well, what's the problem? That's where poos go. Like, so there's a bit.
That's true.
There's a bit of confusion of Mateo going, and what's the issue here? And Mike's going, well, it smells. And Mateo goes, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's so weird.
And then Mike is going, just can you please not tell her? And Mateo's like, well, I wasn't going to because I didn't know about it until you told me.
But do you think that maybe Mike's original plan going in there was to ask Mateo to take responsibility for the stinky poo?
Yeah, he's going, can you take the fall for me? Say you did it. Maybe that's what he did ask.
No, I don't think he did. Maybe he chickened out. But anyway, Mike calls me, tells me this, and immediately straight after the phone call, I go, yep, sweet, won't tell anyone. I immediately text Mateo, hey man, heard about Mike's big poo, hope you're okay. And then Mateo, like, really reasonably responds with, I poo in other people's houses, so it's fine. And then a joke, half the time I wasn't even invited over. And then... And then, like, weeks go by. I don't really think anything of it. I get a call from Mike going, what did you do? And I'm like, what? He goes, did you tell Mateo about my big poo? I said, mate, you did.
You told Mateo about your big poo.
I didn't tell your girlfriend. You told me not to tell her.
This didn't have to be drama like a month later. No. Mike brings this on himself.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He made this into poo drama.
This was, how many months ago was this? Do you think?
We told this originally in the podcast, and I think had to cut it out because Mike didn't want it in. I think we told this one of the last episodes in Frankston.
So months ago?
Yeah, this was early in the year.
Okay.
I'm shocked we're still talking about it. When I saw Radio Mike Poo written on the whiteboard today, I was like, oh, did he do another one?
Well, no, we're
this
talking about
is still the same poo we're talking about.
We're talking about this because there's been a development. I got this text, right, a few days ago.
This is a saga.
Which is recent for you guys, but for us, months after this poo, I've completely forgotten about it, right? So months after this, the original poo dilemma happened, I get this text from Radio Mike, which is a text from his girlfriend that she sent him. She goes, Mateo told me a very funny story about how you took a shit in our flat and it being such a big deal that Lewis messaged Mateo about it afterwards.
Wait, who said this?
His girlfriend is saying this. Lewis messaged Mateo afterward, which means it was a big enough deal that you told multiple people. Why are you such a weirdo and why didn't you tell me? I feel very left out.
That's what his girlfriend said.
Don't be mad at Mateo. He just figured I would have known by now, but I didn't because you're a sneaky secret shitter. He really is a secret pooer.
The fact that he...
I don't think I've seen him poo in our whole friendship.
Oh, man, she's right. If you tell 5 people about a poo and then go, I don't know why this is getting out. Like, why is this such a big deal? It's like, well, you told 5 people about your shit, mate.
Yeah, Mike's awesome.
Mike do be the best.
So how about this? Guys, if you're listening to the episode, DM Radio Mike on Instagram. Heard about the big poo? Hope you're okay.
You're an asshole. Now, this is why he doesn't let us talk about things on the show. Because it always gets out of hand and now he's going to get 100 DMs about his big poo.
Heard about the big poo? Hope you're okay.
Yeah. Hashtag poo drama would be a nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
Poogate 2021.